I don't know. You could see behind me. uh, uh, see behind me? There it is. See, that's the White House. That's the White House. A little warmer today. I think it's supposed to be up to 40 something, maybe. But actually, I'm sitting and looking at. Here, I'll show you what I see. Maybe. Articulate. See, that's what's in front of me. What, you remember that big pencil? Well, that's in front of me. That's Washington Monument, and behind me is the White House. And I don't know if this, I forget if it's Constitution Avenue, maybe, or Independence. I get them confused. I'm an old guy, even though I've lived here for 50 years. Now I came after the Navy, so that was like, I was 25, 26, 27, something like that. And plotted myself, because I was going to get a government job. That's what I was going to do. And after spending about probably 5-6 months looking for a job. Actually, I was in the information business back then. This is back in the 70s, the early 70s. My first job was in the information business, and I used to deliver the New York Times at 5 o'clock in the morning. And because it was great. You'd pick up all the papers like 5:30, go and deliver, and you were done by 7 o'clock because there was too much traffic to do anything then anyway. And it was usually downtown to embassies and stuff like that. So I had the rest of the day to go make calls to try to get a job. That was me out of the Navy. $2 deserve a yard with all the playthings. Okay, so if you remember on anything, don't forget I have these reports. They're sort of like mini grant reports for every state. And there's six of them. One for housing, one for paying your bills, one for business or nonprofit or inventors, another one for getting job and job training, another one for health care and pet care. Man, I had a wonderful story the other day about somebody who used the pet care sources and saved like $3,300 on some kind of operation she had on her dog. Our pets are very important in our life. People are terrible. So pets go. But how do you like this headline? Now, this is what's important, is that more and more people are realizing you have to call people, and that's the only way you're going to get anything. Just by going on the internet, you're not going to learn this stuff. The rental assistants in Illinois need help. Okay, well, that's what you have to get on the phone to find that rental assistance. Now look back. I have a couple of videos. If you're not a member, Let's Go Help. There's videos just within the last probably 6 or 7 videos. There's how to call. Who do you call? And in Illinois, what I would do if I was sitting there would be call your house. Your Illinois has something called a housing finance agency for the state. They seem to be a good overall place. See, what happens, that money is going to go locally, and it's going to be given out locally, and as soon as that they pull the trigger, it's going to be gone, I would think, very quickly. So you have to know where to apply before they open up for applications. So the only way you're going to find that out is really by talking to people. Talk to bureaucrats. Okay, here's how to bribe a bureaucrat for less than $9. And that's what it is. Don't forget, think of the bureaucrat. Okay, they have a job there. They've been at it 20 years, 10 years or whatever. And they, doing the same thing forever. They're like the post office, right, people, right? So they're in charge of this grant and the grant money, and decide when it goes. And well, actually, the law decides that, but then they set it up and send it out, and take applications and everything. So they know if they're setting it up or not. So you have to figure where those people are, and you have to talk to them. Okay, how do you bribe them? Okay, there's a couple ways to bribe them. One, what I use is by being funny. Now they hate answering the phone because they were going to get people like you were yesterday, just pissed off that you didn't get a grant yet. Where the hell is my grant? God damn it, I pay your salary. You better help me, you bureaucrat. You know, what are you doing? Sitting there doing nothing? Now that's crazy. You know, they're overwhelmed. and they get the same paycheck whether they answer 5 phone calls or 500. Well, 5,000 are coming in now, and they have no way of handling it. So they're overwhelmed, and you get them, or if you're lucky to get them, you have to use that to your advantage, and you use that with sweetness. Use that by telling tacky jokes, you know, or whatever. And I had a bureaucrat just tell me just today, I was trying to get some stuff done. Before we hung up, she said, "Thanks for making me laugh." Well, that's my talent. I know tacky jokes. So maybe you don't know tacky jokes, you know, to make somebody laugh. But you have other ways. I mean, you can have empathy for them. But always be upbeat. But you know, God, you must handle a lot of crazy people calling you up because it's hurting out there, you know? And you're on the front lines. I mean, they're in a war. And they're the front lines of this war, just like the people at the hospital. The people giving out money are the same way. These are frontline people. And sure, some of them are assholes, but some of us are assholes too. They're everywhere. There's no getting around us. Yeah. So if you could use that. Now here's another thing too, because a lot of times, okay, you're going to call them up and say, okay, yeah, we're going to have it next Wednesday, I think, you know. And then what you say is, well, can I be notified? And they say, no, you better, yeah, but you could call me again to see. Okay, now that's the thing. I'm not a comedian, so you can tell me what agency I need to go to. Well, you don't use comedian. You don't have to be a comedian. You have to be nice and sympathetic. And then, you know, to be able to call them back and get more out of them or see what they will get. Hey, can I give you my number in case this changes and give me a call back? Okay, why are they going to call you? They're going to get the same paycheck no matter what they do for you, right? So here's another way is, hey, you know, you were so nice to me on the phone. Who could I write a letter to about how nice you were? See, the bureaucrats live on paper. I mean, you can bribe them with money, but it's illegal for them to take it. It's not illegal for you to give it. It's illegal for them to take it, I think. Anyway, so what you do, see, that means more to them than anything else. So if you say, hey, can I send, you know, who do I talk to, who do I send a letter to? What's their email address? I could tell your boss how great you were to me. Man, that's worth $1,000 for them, because that's how they keep score. That's how they keep raises and everything. So that you have. So you have, you know, what your attitude is. You have a way to send a letter. And here's another thing: food. If you're in a bureaucratic office, go on the internet. There's probably some candy bar or muffin or cookie you could send for $10, you know, to thank them with a little thank you note. Or just send a note. Go down the corner store for $3. You could get a thank you note, and you send them a thank you note with your card, with your address or your email or your phone number. Say, hey, when this comes in, I'd love to know if you have time. You know, I understand you're busy and you can't, you know, take care of everyone personally, but if at all, you know, it's really hurting for me out here. Man, we're all human, you know, and we're all trying to be professional, and nobody enjoys being professional as far as I could turn, except the real assholes. They love it. So, you know, how do you get to their humanity, you know? And so that's right. It's thank you notes, it's letters to their bosses or whatever. Because you're going to come back, particularly if it's a state office or whatever. You're going to be living in that state for a while. You're going to come back. And so if a new one comes up, who's going to know? The lady who sent the cookie. How to get on their mailing list. To know, so when they send out releases about, hey, do you have a list I could join to find out when you get this comes out? See, they're the kinds you have to do. and it takes effort on your part. I mean, it's so easy because you don't know anything about the government. You think they have to do this and whatever, but no, they're just folks like you and me trying to schlep through life like all of us. And they're overwhelmed. These are like nurses in the ER. And if you use them the right way, they're wonderful. They're all wonderful people. I had an award once called Maryland State Senator. Yeah, I don't know who your Maryland State Senator is, but you could call your Maryland Federal Senator, your Maryland State Senator, your federal senators, and you find them out by going to commoncause.org, common, C-O-M-M-O-N, cause, C-A-U-S-E.org. You go there, put in your address, say, find my elected official. Now, a LESCO member said, well, I wrote letters to everybody on the list when I put in my, he wrote letters like to the president and the vice president, and I don't think that's going to go anywhere because they're not handing out the money. But I mean, it's nice, it can't hurt. But what you have to do is call. You have to call. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you're saying the right words or whatever. So you take that, you go to put emergency rent grants, Treasury, and you'll see there's a new program from the Department of Treasury for emergency rent grants that all the local counties can give out now, but they're not set up yet to do it. So that's what you want. You want to find out where that office is in your county level or wherever it is that has that brand new, just became available in the last 2 weeks or so. So that's what you want to do. And how do you find that? And how do you get them to notify you when it is available if it's not available yet? One member talked to somebody, this is in Florida, and the bureaucrat said, hey, if you want it, it's not going to be online for another couple of weeks, but you could come on down and pick up an application. You hear that? She could come down to the office and pick up an application. You hear that? And now she's a week ahead of everybody else because everybody else is waiting for the internet. See, you're not going to make opportunities like that for yourself by waiting for something to happen. You have to go out and create stuff to happen. Stuff doesn't happen by itself. It does, but it happens to somebody else because you didn't create it. And that's how things happen. I mean, that's amazing to me. That's what's so wonderful about Let's Go Help. I learned so much from these people. I forget. See, I used to do this kind of stuff all the time for rich clients and wait in line at government agencies here and get their parts or call up a bureaucrat. And I remember one of my favorite stories is a guy just tried a building over here is the agriculture department. Okay, it's a gymnasium of little cubby holes of bureaucrats and desks. And I found over there a guy called Charlie Porter. He was the government's potato expert. He was getting paid in today's dollars like $80, $90, $100,000 a year studying potatoes. And my client wanted to know about Maine potatoes. I found Charlie, man, I got so much stuff just by being nice. Man, people want to help you if you're nice. If you're an idiot and treating them mean, nobody wants to help you. Thank you for playing so much information for us all. Thank you, Janice. It's out there. Now, we have to learn to use these resources, and nobody teaches you this in school. What about help with condo fees and everything? Same thing. Rent, condo fee. I don't know. Every program we give, you have to go find the program. That doesn't work. You find another program. It's like, blonde-haired girls won't go out with me. Well, then you got to find brunettes. Or whatever. I don't know. And that's only some blonde-haired girls. So you can't say that. All blonde-haired girls won't go out with you. No. That's stupid to say. And it's like stupid to say that all government grants you have to be real poor. Now, that's really stupid. But you don't know that, and that's all you hear, so you believe it, and that's not good. What was that? Somebody put something about Google. Just go to Google and ask for your question. You would be surprised what pops up. Yeah, you never know. You never know. But the problem is that you'll get answers, but you got the right answer. You get the answer. See, most of Google answers are people want to sell you something. And so you got to be careful what it is and why. And a hug from Portugal. Oh, I was there about 2 years ago. A lovely place, sitting in the cafes for hours and hours, and the 8 of us getting drunk for about $20. It was wonderful. I can't wait to go back. I don't know how you guys are doing with the COVID out there, but yeah, it's a wonderful country and very reasonable to live. I even went surfing in Portugal. That's right. Thank you for a reminder of just being kind. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You get more, and see, the people want to help you, but you have to give them a chance. If you're mean and think you're being taken advantage of, you don't give anybody a chance to help you, and nobody wants to. Yeah. And see, it costs them the same. It's not like you're trying to get their money out of their pocket. No. It's not their money at all. So somebody's got to get it. So they'd rather give it to the nice person, right? And that's what it's all about. And so it's learning to use the system. And I'm sort of glad that people are realizing what the government does. The government's been doing this, for at least the last 40 years. I've been helping people do this. And the rich people know this, and that's why they use the hell out of all these programs. The average person has no idea they're there, and that's why when this is over, remember, there's so much there anyway. I mean, like in the mini reports I have for states. I mean, there's 8 programs in every state, offices with each has bunches of programs, 8 offices in every state to help you start a business. They've always been there. And so now with the PPP and the EDIL, people are finding them, but they've always been there with other programs that people don't know. Yeah, they're maybe not as big or whatever, but they're there. Yeah, and that's the important thing. To realize this is a tool. These are tools. These are resources. Just think if there was oil in your backyard, wouldn't you dig that sucker up because it's worth something? Well, the government has oil, it's money, it's information, it's expertise, it's all this stuff that's right here in your backyard. Well, it's in my backyard, it's a little further for you. But it's still the same country, right? And that's important for you to use it. And like I say, the rich people are using the heck out of it. So you should too. And it's all about people. How do you treat people? So get out of the habit of, I mean, the internet's certainly not bad, it's good, but the real stuff and the important stuff and the good stuff, the magic stuff that happens requires you getting on the phone. And you go, if you're a member, go look at the testimonials. I have so many testimonials, I got to put another testimonial unit in because there's so many more coming in. Another woman just wrote me today thanking me because she found 2 places for government grants. And that's it. We got to help each other, and then that's what I like now in the club, in the group. I mean, more and more people are helping each other. Now, I'm afraid this will happen too much because I may lose a job, and nobody give me $20 anymore. The mortgage guy's gonna be pissed. And it's so great to see that everybody helping each other, and that's a vibe I get from people are saying they're happy to be here because everybody's helping each other. That's what I mean. I'm an old fart. I don't know how much longer I got. I hope 15 years or more, but I'm not trying to pile up anything. One of the things is that part of this group I want to have develop reports for every important aspect of life. I want to show you how to use the government for, and that's why I have 6 areas of life now for every state. And so it's not just one report for what's in the government for this. No, I got to create separate ones for every state. So that's what I'm doing with probably the rest of my life to finish that. So it's here after I'm gone. So adios, amigo. I left you a whole bunch of neat reports that'll save your butt. Maybe, I hope. and that's what's fun. So, I mean, I have something important to do for the rest of my life. To me, that's the best gift I could have in America or anywhere, is that to wake up every morning and feel you have something important to do. And what I want to do is help you use these sources so you could create something that you think is important to do, and to help other people. And I think there's nothing better in life that than to help other people. I mean, just how we idolize doctors, nurses, teachers, and what a gift in life to use what you have to help other people. I mean, that's the most selfish thing in the world to me, is helping somebody else, because it feels so good. And if you like doing it, man, then hi! If you like doing it, then you'll do it better than anybody else. And I think that's a magic. It's a struggle. I mean, it took me 3 failing businesses to finally get one that worked. And then still struggle. I mean, I just struggled for the last 10 years trying to figure out how can I get this information to people again. And it took about 10 years to figure that out again. So nothing happens automatically. And that's why you got to be in it for the long haul to make it really work for you. But that's the fun part. If it's easy, it's no fun. Easy is not fun. We think it is, but it really isn't. I mean, playing basketball against a 5-year-old, that's my standard joke for this. You win. That's easy, right? That's boring as hell. After it's 100-0. Now you want to stretch. We're humans. We got to grow. So what are you going to do that's going to make you grow? You know what it is? Fail. Try a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't work. That'll make you grow. And that's important. Yeah, you want to get a hold of me if you're not a member. See, I answer on Let's Go Help. I answer every new discussion that starts. I answer it personally because I want to make sure you get off to the right start, and I give you my best shot, and that's what takes up my whole day. So that's a way. Or if you could also send me an email, letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. That's another way to catch me, but I really have to spend my time with the Facebook group because they're paying members, and I want to make sure that they're. So if you don't get an answer from me in 48 hours, just beat on me again. I would love to answer everything right away because oh God, I love the fact that I have, what I know could possibly help somebody, Oh man, there's nothing better. We all want to be wanted in life, right? Ooh, I almost got whacked. So it's nice to feel wanted. And so I'm nothing if my stuff doesn't help anybody. And then I'll have to figure out, hey, what can I do to help somebody? So I hope I could help you too. Talk to you soon.